acquired it in the 1980s, moved it to this location, and it has been here ever since. Now this table is 80 feet long and it weighs in at 80 tons. Keep in mind, the average school bus only weighs about 6 or 7 tons. Now that locomotive weighs in at 215 tons. So when it is on the table, the overall weight between the two is going to be right around 300 tons. So it may surprise you to know that this table was originally turned by hand. It was an Armstrong table. There would have been poles extending off the ends of the table, and it would have taken about 4 people to push those poles to spin the table around. Do we have any volunteers? Retired by the Southern Railway in 1948. At that time, it was sold to the Kentucky and Tennessee Railway in Stearns, Kentucky, to be used to haul coal down from the mines. Once the Kentucky and Tennessee Railway retired it, it was purchased by one of our co-founders here at the museum, Paul Merriman, for only $5,000 of his own cash, and they brought it to Chattanooga under its own power in the early 1960s, and it has been operating on and off here at the museum and on mainline excursions ever since. Now this locomotive is a 282 Mikado, meaning it has 2 small power wheels in the front, 8 large garage wheels in the middle, and a set of 2 trailing wheels under the cabin firebox. Now the reason they are called this locomotive with this type of wheel is called Mikado, and it was the first ever of its type of created railway in Japan. So the nickname is given of the Japanese word for the term emperor. Now this locomotive is the first 282 ever purchased by the Southern Railway, and ironically, a couple days addition to that, and ironically enough, it is the only Southern Railway 282 that survives today. This locomotive operates at 205 PSI at a 63 sign of the ground wheel that produces 53,900 pounds of tractive effort. Now, as you can see, the wheelbase for the locomotive does fit on the front table, but the locomotive itself is longer than the front table. So if you're at the hill line, you need to take a few eggs and get back to the front table, it's not going to give you any slack on the way around. Now, if you look up in there in the cab, you will see our engineer, Brian. He is responsible for operating the locomotive and getting us to it safely and back today. So go ahead and give him a wave. Now, the way this locomotive operates is up to the cab. Our fireman, Joseph, has been 3 to 6 times before a day using the firebox where he's going. On the front of the side of the firebox, there are a series of tubes that run into the boiler. These are called the flues. Hot gases from the fire travel through the flues and then up and out the stack. Now, surrounding the fluid in the firebox is water. That water is heated by those hot gases until it converts to steam. Steam then expands, raising the boiler pressure up to 205 psi. When Brian opens up for all of that, steam is channeled out into these large cylinders that sit on either side of the engine. Inside these cylinders is a large piston the steam is pushing on either side of. Those pistons are connected to the rods on the side of the engine, and those rods are connected to the driving wheels. So as the piston is being moved in and out, it is rotating the rods, therefore turning the driving wheels and propelling the locomotive. Now once it's been used, it mixes with the hot gas in the smoke box here at the front of the locomotive and then shoots up and out the stack. And that exhausting steam creates a vacuum in the smoke box, which in turn creates the chucking temperature that we see as steam locomotives. Now, while we say the lovely track today, we still have to use the original antique method of eyesight. Now, if you have a look up in the cab again, you'll see our fireman Joseph. He's responsible for speeding that fire, as well as watching maintaining the water level in the boiler to produce the steam this engine operates on. Without him, this locomotive would not be going anywhere, so give him a wave as well. Now, this locomotive is commonly credited as one of the locomotives that started the steam preservation movement. Had this locomotive not been saved, the drive would not have been there to save others as well. So had this one not been saved, many of the others that we still have around today would have ended up being scrapped. Now, this locomotive is quite famous. You have probably seen it before and don't even know it. It has been used in many Hollywood films and music videos, including many music videos by Johnny Cash, movies such as Fool's Parade and October Sky starring Jake Gyllenhaal. Those of you that have seen that movie may recall a scene where the kids go to rip up some track to get the scrap money out of it, and then then a train comes along and they panic. Well, the locomotive in that movie was 4501 here. Now, as you can see, our train is currently sitting on track 1. We've run the locomotive up to track 2. That is so the locomotive can run
That's how old you are? That never gets old.